Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. In this video today, I'm going to show you how to hook up the new 314s to the older 280 amp hour batteries. And I have 6 total batteries here. I go through setting up dip switches on the old one, how to ID the first ones, all the connections, how to make your special cables for these, and how everything works. So if you're interested in anything like this with these new and old batteries, stick around. If you're interested in any of this stuff here, I have links down below to Signature Solar. Those are affiliate links. I do make a small commission, no cost to you, and if you use the coupon code, that will save you some money on your order. So check that out. All the details on these batteries, anything you see on the wall, click the links down below to get more information on them. It's just easier to send you guys over there to get the information that you want. With that, I appreciate it if you do use the links. Thank you if you have in the past. Let's dive right into this. So this is my old setup. We're back in time now. We are going to shut this all down and we are going to disconnect this wire because this is going to my inverter to my the older 280 batteries. And what we're going to have to do is move that into the first battery of the new 314, which is underneath the inverter. And then once we do that, we will be hooking up the communication cables. And these are the special communication cables that I made up per instructions from EG4. I'll throw up a couple clips here for you so you can see that. Here we have our Cat 6 cable. What we're going to do is, since we're only using 2 of the pins in there, we're going to snip all this extra stuff off and just leave the brown and white and brown. And those will be for pins 7 and 8 on here. So I will go ahead and get these lined up in there and get them crimped on. There they are. These are going to get put between the older batteries and then to the last new battery. Between the EG4 314 hour batteries, the new ones, those take a regular Cat 6 cable. Those don't have a special one. They get the normal Cat 6 between those. So if you have 4 of those would all be Cat 6 between all the 314s. And then when you go from the 314 to the first 280 is when you would use your special cable that's only using 2 of the wires in the Cat 6. First thing we're going to do is power it down. And then I'm going to go through and I'll have to reset the dip switches on the old batteries to put their IDs in, since those are manually set. Whereas the 314s, we don't have any dip switches on them. We just plug them in, and as we power them up in order, they will assign themselves their own ID number. It may look like a mess because I have all my extra cables sitting in here with the current Cat 6 cables that are running these 4 batteries. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it down and make it a little dark in here. Should brighten up though once the camera adjusts. So first thing I'm going to do is kill solar. And I'm going to shut the output off. Boom. And then shut the inverter down. Now I'm going to go through and just power off all my batteries. Okay. We're going to unhook the inverter cable here. And we're going to push it back up in here. I'll get you guys a close-up of all this. Okay, another thing to note is the 314s, if you're running just the 314s, they have terminating resistors. You can check out my other video on these batteries. I'll show you where those all go. But what you need to do is the second battery here that I have, you're going to remove that resistor. The first one stays in there on the master battery. That will stay in place because it's part of the closed loop system, so it knows there's nothing leaving or talking to that other port on the master battery. So that's also how it determines it's the master. Unhook all my old Cat 6s here. This is Cat 6. This is one of my other ones that's going to stay there. So the original Cat 6s are pulled out. Now what I'm going to go through and do is set up my dip switches. And I'll get you guys in on a close-up on those here. All right, so here are the connections for the inverter on the CAN bus port. COM2 port is for going to the second battery. COM1 gets the terminating resistor to close the loop of communication. So then we come to battery number 2, and COM1 is where the cable comes from COM2 on master battery. COM2 goes to the 280s. Battery number 3 in one of the COM ports. So when you hook up the COM ports on the older batteries in conjunction with the new batteries, it doesn't matter which ports you use, according to the instructions. Now, if you're using just the older style 280 batteries, these COM ports matter in the order you hook them up. So just remember that. Now we're going to go to, oh man, this is really bad. Let's see if I can fix this here a little bit. There we go. There, that's a little better. Okay, so we're just plugging in my custom cable into the first COM port. Nothing in these. Now this was set up before for my other battery, so we're going to set it up for ID number 3, which is going to be the first 2 switches down. And what that means is this is a 1, this is a 2 value, so that equals 3. We're going to plug in my short custom cable here into the other COM port. And that's going to come over here to the COM port on battery number 4. Now this one we're going to do here is all the switches are going to go up except for the third one. It's really hard with my fat fingers here. Okay, there we go. It's hard to see, but just number 3 is down, so that's ID number 4. Okay, I got my second cable here, custom cable. I'm gonna hook that into my other battery terminal COM port here. There we go. And that's gonna go over into here to battery number 5. We're gonna set these, so we're gonna need the first pin down and number 3 pin down. That is what that's going to look like. Just 1 and 3, which is ID value 1 and 4, which equals 5. And we have our last little cable here into one of those. Now this is battery number 6, so we need to do number 3 and terminal number 2, which will add up to 6. So okay, now that all that's done, I'm going to throw these covers back on the top, and I'm going to power the batteries all up so they get their corresponding IDs. Okay, another thing here, EG4 website, you can get this wonderful instruction manual on paralleling 314 to the 280 batteries. Goes over all the connections, goes over how to make the cables, and it tells you how to set the IDs. If you have one 314 or if you have multiple 314s, go into other ones. It's very helpful. They got great pictures in here, so I recommend grabbing this as well. Don't just use my video because I'm just some idiot out in the woods that's playing with solar. It explains which ports to use as well. It's very detailed. It is a very good manual on getting these set up. So it does also show you the dip switch positions on here. It's very helpful. I'm gonna get these covers on and then we're gonna get them powered up. And then what we have to do is we power up the first one. I'm gonna power up the master, power up the inverter, and then in 5 seconds intervals, it says to turn on the other batteries in order of sequence basically. So we're going to turn on the master, and I'm going to turn on the inverter so it can establish communication. Now we have a percentage on there. So now it says 17% on the master. So I'm going to power up the second battery, and this should auto ID this one. And then I'm just going to go down the line. I'm going to wait 5 seconds. Once that stops flashing, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll turn on number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how critical it is between these batteries because they're already automatically ID'd. But we're just going to wait a little bit for it to power up. There we go. I'm going to move on over here. I know you can't see the ones in the back, but so this is showing 4. And then I'll power this one up. Everything is lighting up. So that's good. We have solar coming in, charging the batteries. Got a couple thousand watts right now. It's pretty early in the morning. If you couldn't tell, it's dark. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the lights on. So we got some light in here. And let me get these covers put back on. I'll be right back with you. Bear with me. The sound is not going to be very good now because I dropped my camera and broke the cord connector for my microphone. So I apologize. All right, everything is up and running. I'm going to throw up a screenshot here and I'll go through and show you in the app where it says I have the 6 batteries hooked up. I'll scroll through and you can see the total amp hour capacity, all the battery status of each one, and that little thing I told you about in the beginning, I kind of broke the rules. As you can tell, the two 314 batteries only have about 18% charge. These are up in the 70s to 80%. So I was running these were both at 100% capacity yesterday afternoon after solar was done. So they only got down to mid 80s this morning. And these I ran before, and I had them run down pretty far, as you can tell, down to 18%. So I'm breaking the rules. They are not at the same capacity as these. They recommend having everything at 100% before you hook them together. However, today I know I'm going to be getting sun all day. I'll be rolling in close to 8,000 watts or more. These should get charged all the way up today, and I will check back in with you here at the end of the video to make sure everything got charged up today. So right now we're already pulling in 5,000 watts of solar, and it's only 9:20 in the morning. I have 20 panels hooked up to this 12,000 XP. I have 20 of the Aptos 440 watt bifacial panels, and those are 10 of them are on the roof, 10 are on the ground because snow happened before I got them all on the roof. But anyway, so that's what I got hooked up to this system. It has been performing flawlessly. As you can see, I got the Chargeverter there. I've had to use that a few times weeks ago, and it was super cloudy for multiple days. We had snow. My roof panels got covered in snow, so I was relying on 10 panels out in the yard that I could brush off. Use that a few days in a row there. It works great. So it's the end of the day. It's actually about a half hour past the solar generation time, I guess. We're sitting at 93%, and I'm assuming these batteries are probably pretty close to full, and these two new ones are also pretty close to full. So I'm going to throw a screenshot up right here, right now, and that's where we're at. Well, if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it. Again, any information on this stuff, link down below. There's also a coupon code to save you some money. Check it out. Signature Solar is great. Solar is great. I love this stuff. We'll be looking for an update video in the future on this stuff to see how all of them are working together. And thanks again for watching.